Bertram CSIR is Council for Scientific and Industrial Research.
Oh, okay.
We met Dr. Minakshi Singh in Delhi in their office.
Yeah.
CSIR headquarters.
Okay.
A lot of people are there from CSIR labs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Hello, Mr. Vinay.
Okay. Bertram, we have Dr. GBRK Prasad and Dr. Santanu Talukdar, who are consultants in chemical process.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Hemant,
So,
keep this also.
yeah. Yeah, so greetings to India. That means 4.5 hours time difference. Yeah. This was one point in the morning. I always thought it's 12:30, and then I realized, oh, it's 11:30. We have to start.
I know sometimes we do that mistake.
Good. Yeah.
Maybe while people are joining, shall we request each of them to have a small 1 line or 2 line?
Yes, of course. Then maybe we can start with this. Yes.
So before we start, maybe we have Mr. Mohammad Riazur Rahman. Maybe you can start with a brief introduction about you and your organization. Just 1 or 2 lines.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Riazur Rahman. I am from CSIR CBRI, Roorkee, Central Builder Research Institute. And I am working on alternative building materials here at CBRI. And we have worked on a new binder, that is geopolymer concrete, which is a kind of alkali activated binder. And we have a demonstration here. Using this concrete, we have demonstrated a road construction in our campus itself and one at the NTPC Dadri plant located in near New Delhi. We have constructed a 100-meter road, and after that is NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Plant, which is producing fly ash. They are using that fly ash for their internal road constructions, because it is not in the schedule rate of the Delhi or any schedule rate, so that it cannot be used in normal construction. So they are internally using that material. So we are looking for translating this technology into the market, so that this technology can see the day of the light. So because it has a lot of benefits. So with that, I am looking forward to seeing the meeting. How can I get benefited and those technology can be transferred? Thank you.
We have somebody from CSIR CIMFR. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Media कौन सा? Social media.
Yes, maybe we can say that only the person who is speaking is putting on the microphone, and the others then are unmuted. Then it's, I think, easier with noises and with other things which in the background. Yeah.
Okay. So who is there from CSIR CIMFR? I'm not able to hear your voice.
I am Dr. Gautam Banerjee from
Yes, sir.
Chief Scientist from CSIR Centre.
Can you just brief 1 or 2 lines about CIMFR?
CIMFR is an organization which does the research on the mining and fuel sector, and we have got here lots of development which is taking place, and we do research. We have our own technologies, and we are developing some products also, the various types of products which are being there, and we have already done we have already given some the products to some companies. We have for some companies there, they have already purchased our this one, and we are getting some royalty for that one. And in the last financial year, from the royalty, we have earned around this financial year, not around 1 crore from this one. And one product called for the division line has been sold to has been taken over by three parties and so on. So there is a team which does all those things. There is a product development team, and they are going for new products for the mining industry.
So you're working in the area of mining and fuel research.
That's correct.
Yeah. So thanks a lot. Can we move on to Dr. Smita Gopinath?
Hello. Yes, sir. I am Dr. Smita Gopinath from Structural Engineering Research Center, Chennai. So here, myself and my colleague Dr. Anup has joined this meeting. We also represent Technology Transfer and Commercialization Committee of SERC. So we are mainly, in the past couple of years as well as now also, we are mainly focusing on translating the research into various technologies and products. So we really look forward for this meeting to get some useful tips which will help us to take the commercialization side of the research. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smita. And Bertram, I am working closely with Dr. Smita for commercializing a technology which is textile reinforced concrete. So we are working for one of the clients in North India. We have then Dr. G.B.R.K. Prasad.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Yes, we hear you. Yes, of course.
I worked in pharmaceutical industry as a head of commercial services for CapEx and MRO supplies for a $2 billion group, Dr. Reddy's. And then for 15 years, I worked there. And then 5 years, I worked with Hetero as a global sourcing head for their projects, okay, building new greenfield projects and making it operational, okay. So, and after that, after retirement, I'm still assisting the pharmaceutical sector in and around Hyderabad as a consultant.
Okay.
So my specialty is in manufacturing of any API required or any formulation required, and then how quickly we can execute it.
Okay.
So with Dr. G.B.R.K. Prasad and Indian Institute of Chemical Technology at Hyderabad, we are working in a couple of technology transfer for industry in the of APIs. Then we can invite Mr. Nitin. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, very good afternoon. I'm Nitin Lavshetwar. So I work with the CSIR National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, NEERI, Nagpur. And I'm also heading a division called the Energy and Resource Management Division. So we are working on, as per the mandate of NEERI, we are mostly into the pollution control processes and technologies. And incidentally, I'm also part of the what we call as a technology transfer committee. I have also asked my colleague, Dr. Avnish Anshu, to join because he's the guy who is working on high volume waste utilization, including the fly ash and other, mine waste. And he has developed some very nice permeable concretes and other stuff, which he's also trying to upscale it. In addition to that, we are into some catalyst-based technologies and emission control technologies, as well as water and wastewater technologies as part of the meeting. So most of the details are, of course, available there on our website. But today, I think once Dr. Anshul joins, he would like to brief you about high volume utilization of these mine waste as well as fly ash. So it's my pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to hear from you.
Thank you, Dr. Nitin. May I now invite Mr. Ankit Bhattnagar to introduce himself and the organization.
My name is Ankit Bhattnagar, and we are working for SME development, providing support to the new entrepreneurs to have procurement from the market and to start their own manufacturing plants. Thank you.
Mr. Ankit, Mr. Sujinder Singh.
और लड़कियों की शादी की तैयारी हो गई? अप्रैल में है ना?
Hello. Hello, sir. Sujinder here from CS. I am working here as a coordinator of business development and marketing unit at CSIR IHBT Pavement.
Sorry, you are from which lab?
Mr. Singh, you have to switch on the
We
microphone.
cannot hear you, Mr. Singh. IHBT Palampur, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yes, sir. CSIR IHBT Pavement. Yes. So here, sir, here I am working here as a senior scientist and coordinator of business development and marketing unit.
What is the full form of IHBT, sir?
Sir, it's Institute of Himalayan Biosource Technology.
Institute of Himalayan Biosource Technology. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. We are having, sir, we are having number of technologies around agro technologies, chemical technologies, food technologies, and biotechnologies. And we are also have transferred number of technologies on non-exclusive basis. And further, we have also provided number of agro technologies as well as consultancy services. And we are having also need-based R&D projects with certain companies and farmer producers, organizations, and societies. So here we would like to know about the exact mechanism you will for this technology transfer. Actually, we are adopting as per the mechanism as per the guidelines of CSIR, and will also be interested to know about the you can say the technology costing of the technologies, okay, before commercialization, then how to predict the, you can say, the market potential of different technologies, and to evaluating all these kind of how we can assess the this technology license fees, okay, before commercialization. So all these will be interested for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Can I invite Mr. Vasant? Okay, while we wait for Mr. Vasant, Dr. Manish.
I'll just open. Yeah. Namaskar. I am Dr. Manish Mudgal. I am Senior Principal Scientist at and Head of Center for Advanced Radiation Shielding and Geopolymeric Materials at CSIR EMPRI Bhopal. My parent, this organization, CSIR EMPRI Advanced Materials and Processes Research Institute, this is based at Bhopal, and we are working in the field of bulk utilization of industrial waste for development of radiation shielding, concrete, and geopolymeric materials and concrete. So since last 14 years, we are working in this field. We have developed radiation shielding synthetic aggregate utilizing industrial waste, that is red mud. Developed radiation shielding concrete. Replaced 100% replacement of hematite ore being used for radiation heavy density radiation shielding concrete, and other technology. We have developed bulk utilization of fly ash for making cement free geopolymeric concrete. We have developed this concrete. We got 3 US patent granted on that, and transferred technology to 2 industries. One is JSPL Raigad and second is JMR Industries Vidisha. We have demonstrated this road in All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Bhopal, and upscaled this technology in a center which is recently got inaugurated by Honorable Dr. Harshvardhan, our Minister of Science and Technology and Vice President of CSIR, on 13th of March. So I am glad to be in this particular meeting, and looking forward to listen from you. I have already gone through your this matter on the stabilization of this soil, so that will be a good solution to go for a road development. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Manish. I have visited this lab at EMPRI Bhopal, and I can tell you, Bertram, they are doing some phenomenal work in terms of radiation shielding and also utilization of fly ash. I feel that there is some small gap in getting it to the national and international level, because this kind of technology should find a huge scope everywhere.
Yeah.
So we really discuss about it and find a way out for that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Again, may I invite Ms. Ambika Bahel.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dr. Ambika Bahel. I'm working as a principal scientist and head of the flexible pavement department. Regarding our work, we are working on various technologies which can either bring down the GHG or carbon emissions, like during the road construction, and also we are working a lot on recycling of pavements, which can reduce the consumption of the natural resources, as well as well as reduce the construction time and reduce the construction cost. We
name your lab, please. You are from which lab?
Central Road Research Institute.
CRRI. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I'm from CRRI. Okay. So as I was telling, we work on various technologies, including stabilization of pavement, stabilized pavement, where we are working on different additives, commercial additives, and also cement. Using cement, we are making stabilized pavements, and also using waste plastic in road construction, how to enhance the strength part of the road, as well as take care of the plastic pollution. We are also working on cold mix technology for Himalayan regions where hot mix plants are not existing, how to construct roads. So various sectors and various organizations for which our projects tackle to is like Border Road Organization, National Highway Authority, Ministry of Road and Transport. So this is a broad which my department works, like I'm heading Flexible Pavement Division. We also work on use of slag, like from steel industry. There is a huge project going on in our department where Ministry of Steel has funded, and all the steel slag base aggregate is being used in flexible pavements. We are also working on chrome slag. So basically all kind of waste materials which can be used in road construction so as to save the consumption of natural aggregates. So,
okay. Thank you, Dr. Ambika. Yeah. May I now invite again Mr. Vasant, if he is available now. Okay, we move on to Mr. Sridhar. Mr. Sridhar.
Yeah, namaste. This is Sridhara from CSR NAL, National Aerospace Laboratories. I'm a principal scientist working with industry interface and business development group. CSR NAL's main focus is to design, develop civil aircrafts. Currently, we are handling two-seater trainer aircraft new generation, which is set to roll out on 31st March 2021, and another 19-seater aircraft which is ongoing. And we have a lot of aerospace spin-off technologies which we have developed over the decades, and we are able to successfully transfer to many industries, be it large industries, medium and MSMEs, including startups. So we would like to hear from you that what other ways of exploiting our own technology, the way we package the technologies. And there are a lot of technologies at NAL where TRL level 3 to 4 it's there. How to bring the TRL level to marketable level, or at least a startup or MSME can look at it. And another thing is that we are finding little concerned about costing. Some of the technologies, when we cost now, it seems to be too high for them to afford. So in that aspect, maybe somewhat innovative ways of looking at it also may be helpful for us. Third one is we are currently initiating a technology business center along with NRDC and with the private funding from Tata Trust, specifically focusing on developing, nurturing aerospace ecosystem through incubating aerospace high-tech based MSMEs as well as startups. In that process, our desire is to bring our technologies to incubators as well. So in this area, if some inputs can be provided from this meeting, it will be really helpful for us. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sridhara. I think we have a lot of people and we need to reduce our introduction to just 2 lines. Maybe I could just request all the other speakers to just introduce themselves and the organization, and maybe in 1 line, what is their expectation from this meeting. So may I request Mr. Paul Hoffmeister, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. May I say something?
Who is it here?
Please, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Akram Khan from CSR Ampri Bhopal.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Dr. Akram Khan. I am a senior principal scientist and I am heading a division which is Industrial Waste Utilization, Nano and Biomaterials Division at CSIR Ampri. This is Advanced Materials and Processes Research Institute. Basically, in our division, we work with a great thrust on industry-sponsored projects. We have done a lot of industry-sponsored projects for NTPC, for Hindustan Copper Limited, for Reliance, for Orient Paper Mills, for Grasim Industries, for Bharat Oman Refineries. So what I mean to say is that this group works in collaboration with large number of industry-sponsored projects, and the great thrust is on utilization of different types of industrial wastes. So we have been primarily working on fly ash, we have been working on red mud, we have been working on brine sludge, we have been working on pet coke fly ash, then copper tailings. Recently, we are working on silico manganese slag and so on, also on ETP sludge. So the good part about this division is that we work on these projects and we try to culminate these projects in the form of a technology transfer, which is a need-based project. We end up with a technology transfer to the industry, and that we have successfully done for Hindustan Copper Limited, where we utilized a large, huge amount of copper ore tailings, which pose a great threat to the environment, by making advanced pavers block, which was a great substitute to the conventional sand. And we transferred this technology after a successful demonstration of 5,000 paver blocks. Then recently we have transferred a technology to Prism Johnson Limited, which is on radiation shielding tiles that we have made out of red mud. And this technology was transferred in the presence of Honorable Director General CSIR, Dr. Mande. And this technology is now at a very advanced stage of, industrial trials. Within a month or so, the product should be in market. We are going to launch it soon. And we have done a very successful demonstration after this technology transfer to Sai Deep Healthcare Hospital in Ahmednagar. So we have worked on, red mud. We have converted it into X-ray radiation shielding material. We have transferred the technology to Prism Johnson. We have also worked on advanced geopolymeric tetrapods, where we have used, large bulk utilization of silo fly ash. And also for the first time, we attempted by using sea sand and seawater. And we developed these advanced geopolymeric tetrapods for NTPC, which was successfully demonstrated at Simhadri, which is near Visakhapatnam. Then we are also working on with Bharat Oman Refineries for their pet coke fly ash. Apart from that, my division also works on nanomaterials, biomaterials, the nature-inspired biomaterials. And some of my scientists are also, trying their best to get associated with EU, also European Union, for IGSTC projects for some other advanced stage of developments, which is in progress. So through this meeting, I am looking at a very large domain of, application, industrial application and utilization of industrial wastes. CSR Ampri has a proven expertise on utilization of industrial wastes, and we have successfully demonstrated these technologies. So I am looking forward to hearing from my counterparts how CSR Ampri can get along and how CSR in general can get along with you to partner up for some major projects and for technologies transfer and commercialization. Thank you.
Maybe one comment, Vinet. We are now 52 participants. That means if everybody is introducing, maybe we can proceed maybe to start with the content, and then when the questions are asked, maybe before everybody can make sure some short sentences to his person. Maybe this is a strategy, or what do you suggest?
I don't know. maybe if everybody agrees, we proceed, or we can have just the name and the name of the organization from everybody. If everybody to that,
we
not to extend the discussion.
Sir, let us proceed with the main part of it. Actually, we can have the introductions later on.
Okay. Okay. So we proceed with the content of the program. A very warm welcome to all of you, a formal welcome, though we have been starting, we already started introduction. My name is Vineet Goyal and I am the director for Steinbeis Centre for Technology Transfer India. Steinbeis is a German organization based in Stuttgart, which was formulated probably 2 centuries back to transfer knowledge from universities and research institutions from to the industry. That was the main objective of establishing Steinbeis. It was established as a Steinbeis Foundation, and later on it was converted in, it also established a Steinbeis Private Limited Company for Technology Transfer. That was in the year 1985. And today Steinbeis has got more than 1,300 transfer centers, most of them based in universities and research institutions, and some of them with independent consultants. And in over 400 universities and research institutions in Germany, and we have got more than 6,000 experts working in Steinbeis network with a total turnover of 190 million euros, almost 190 million euros last year. So we have been now expanding globally, and Steinbeis has been quite strong in China. And one of the main objectives of Steinbeis is to expand its knowledge base, working with other scientists and other experts, universities in other countries, so that we can learn from each other. So the knowledge of technology transfer and innovation from Steinbeis can flow to them, and from other countries like China and India, of course, Steinbeis should also get benefited. So I won't take much of time here telling more about Steinbeis or about Steinbeis India. I would rather pass on the baton to Dr. Bertram Leumuller, who is a senior expert in Steinbeis and is also one of the center directors in Steinbeis. Maybe he can introduce himself and also take on from here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Vineet. I'm really impressed that with 54 participants, it's a really big group. And first, I want to mention, you are all experts in this field. Therefore, I would say it's more conversations, share experience, and think about what are the best ways in order to support your business. And what I'm always saying, we learn from each other. This is first what I want to say, because I can only bring in the German perspective, I would say, and then it's always the lessons learned from each. As mentioned, my name is Bertram Leumuller. From my main profession, I'm construction engineer. I did a PhD in innovation and technology management at Granville University, and I'm also at Steinbeis University. I'm professor for technology management and also leadership, especially. With the location, and I will also switch to a small presentation I have prepared. Then we can go through these slides. The point is, what I have also, and this is my key issue, I did my PhD in innovation management and also in technology transfer, and also coming from the global market development. There we are in line with Export Academy Baden-Württemberg, which is dealing with this topic, how technologies, products could be positioned from Germany, but not only from Germany, from the southern part of Germany, Baden-Württemberg, to other regions. Why this is important? Okay, this is the agenda. I switch further. Why this is important? This is a map from our region, and it's a map from Europe. What is the highest innovative region in Europe? And you see the dark blue ones, and in place number 1, where is this yellow button? This is Baden-Württemberg, which is the southern country of Germany. Neighbor is Bavaria. And Tubingen is about 40 kilometers from Stuttgart. Stuttgart, maybe also you know, is the headquarter from Bosch, headquarter from Mercedes, from Porsche, Trumpf, and also we have here a lot of famous biotechnology companies and medical companies. CureVac is actually also developing a new vaccine. And this is the point where we also are technology driven. And also the point is how technologies could be positioned not only in Europe, but also how can they be positioned worldwide. And Baden-Württemberg has the highest export rate in Europe comparing to other countries. Therefore, we are highly dependent on this international market. What we also are doing, this is a small switch to another project. We are running a benchmarking project actually for green management and leadership, where we're also doing a ranking of German companies, how good they are in their sustainability and also in their activities. And we have this also in line with a big German bank, DZ Bank, which is not only in Germany, this is also a bank dealing internationally, especially. And also from this, we are learning what the companies are doing and what are the challenges, not only in technology transfer, I would say green technology transfer, sustainable technology transfer. How we are supporting this, together with VNet and Steinbeis India, we have also developed a center of excellence for green technology transfer, I would say. This is what we are doing also in other countries. And this is what we also see as a good, I would say, basis, not only focus on a specific country, but also to develop an international network for knowledge exchange and also for technology transfer. And the topics are different. It could be medical issues, could be also, I would say, mechanical engineering, which our region is very strong, but also in these environmental areas, we are doing a lot. And the point is supporting corporations between industry and research institutes, and also looking for ways how technologies could be positioned worldwide, maybe in Africa, also in India, and maybe in Europe especially. So how we are doing it, and I'm showing this is not marketing, because when you're looking on this training green technology transfer, actually I'm preparing a 1-week course for Chinese universities and Chinese accelerators in technology transfer, how in China, developed technologies in China could be transferred and marketed worldwide in a better way. And this is in line with the Steinbeis philosophy, which is also an important one. When we are doing consultancy, but also trainings and coaching, in the middle, there is always the project. Also in these certified trainings, each of the participants have a project. And as I've heard from you, someone is coming from a research institute in construction, the other in chemical products, the other in medical products. Then we're defining a short roadmap. What should be the result and what should be the real strategy which will be developed. And then during the training, we are bringing some theory and then also do coaching. That means the transfer is a very important point. How to bring the theory into practice and how to link it with market activities. And this is, I would say, a link to all the activities Steinbeis has. Steinbeis has also a university, as mentioned, the biggest private university in Germany. And why it's the biggest one? Because the educational program is not theoretical. The students working 100% in a company, they're getting 20% some theoretical sessions, and 80% is transfer. How the knowledge and also the information could be transferred into practice. Good. Just coming to the challenges. What are the challenges, especially in innovation and innovation transfer? And I would say this is what you know much better than me. I would say nowadays there are a lot of external challenges, demography, digitization, protectionism versus internationalization, how to find the best way to position something. All technologies are, I would say, important to link it with CO2 reduction or green technologies. I would say this is one point. And on the other point, you have to deal with the internal challenges in your institutes, but also the challenges in the companies you are doing business with. That means what is the culture in the company, how flexible these companies are, what is the qualification, and how is diversity. And this is, I would say, challenges facing everybody in the market. But this is what you have to understand when you are doing technology transfer. On the other hand, the point is, what are influences on the design? And as you are also coming from research, I would say a lot of technology and basics are included, but you see it also market, cost. Some of you also mentioned the costs, regulations, how the products could be positioned in the market. Security, environment is becoming more important. And on the other hand, I would say also where they can be produced, is it a niche product? And this is also what you have to think about when you are thinking to bring a product into an international market, especially. Good. What are, and this is some more basics, some more slides about what are the challenges in order to bring then technologies on the market. The point is what I see, therefore I'm always showing this slide. We are now today, we are thinking today. The position of the product is in the future. At the end, we have to match all these difficulties and also to make a protection of the market and also what are the future market demands. Therefore, I'm always saying parallel to the product development and also to the readiness levels, always the market perspective has to be included. If this is coming too late, then it's always difficult to bring something successful into the market. And what I also saying is when we're talking about technology, we also have to think about what is the manufacturing process and maybe also the process maybe to bring it to the end consumer, what are kind of services we can add and what kind of business processes, new business models are possible to position the products and technologies in the market. You see, you have to play the whole piano of innovation, not only technology, but also the other things, especially. For this, we have developed a tube, and this is classically what you also know better than me. You are starting with the ideas, you're doing the selection, and then you are doing the development. And bringing it to the market, as mentioned here, this is, I would say, always a main challenge. I would say not only in India, this is also a challenge in Germany, because Germans also well known for engineering, and sometimes they have difficulties to bring the products into the market. Therefore, I would say the other areas are important, that you need an innovation strategy, marketing strategy, and you need a clear communication and organization behind, which is not only dealing with the technology itself, which is dealing also with the market itself. And this is linked to another topic when you are looking on innovation and what is going wrong in innovation. I would say the point innovation development process is very good in your activity. Also, I would say innovation as a interdisciplinary task. I know Indian companies and research institutes also very good positioned. Sometimes I would say the ideas, also ideas to bring it on the market, are too low explorated. This is where we are supporting companies to do there. Also to think about what are the mistakes in technology transfer. This is also where many companies had afraid of. And I would say this is an ongoing process to bring it on the market. Short term, I would say technology transfer is always long term. And this is especially when you're talking with investors, which they want a very short and fast return of invest. This is to convince, and therefore you have to identify the right partners. And also this point 6 is, I think, a main point. Innovations are not accepted by the market because there is no market understanding. And as I've also understood, most of you are working in a specific area, technology knowledge is given. The point is how to link it with the market activities. And this is, I would say, related to this slide, where I'm saying normally for technology transfer, you need 4 key promoters. Okay, the first one is the person who has the power, who has the lead. That means CEO or department leader. He's giving the strategy. Then you need technology promoters. This is what I see. Many of you are technology promoters. That means good understanding what kind of technology is there and what to develop. Specialists for developing future products. But what is also very important, and this is what we are saying, and this is also the Steinbeis philosophy, link it directly to the market promoter. You need somebody who is knowing the market, who is knowing the customers, and also to link it closely together and to position the products not only from the technology side, also to use this information from the market in order to adapt the product or the technology to these specific market demands. And of course, you need somebody who is managing this. This is then focusing on this topic, innovation process promoter. This is also not very new for you. This is what you know, everybody. That means for developing the idea, developing the technology, maybe 18 months is too short if you are in a specific area. Then you are developing the first prototype, and then you are going on the market. And I would say this market development and also including the market into this technology transfer process must be also very early and must be parallel to the prototype. Otherwise, I would say it's impossible to start and to go into the market with a product or with a service, especially. Good. What we are doing is we are supporting with VNet in Steinbeis, India, to think about also what are the market opportunities, and also with our international network to identify and also supporting companies what are potential partners and what are good ways to bring technology in the market. And I don't want to go into the depth, into the steps. I only want to focus on the headline, on the box on the right. The point is building a network of scouts. I would say this is the network you need. Scouts in technology. Scouts, you need scouts, people who are understanding the market needs. Scouts, what kind of technologies are really demanded, and to bring it to the market. And this is, I would say, networking. This is networking, bringing the right people together in order to make a business and a technology successful, especially. Good, maybe just some points. We are supporting a lot of foreign managers to doing business and to do technology transfer. For this, we have also written a book. It's free, you can download it, and you find there some more information, background information what we need. And also we are active in different countries. I would say this is also the advantage of the Steinbeis network. Germany, India, but also Africa, South America are target markets where we have our partners and where we are supporting research institutes, but also companies to increase their business furthermore. And finally, this is also my philosophy. You see here the postcard picture from Tubingen, very old history. It was not destroyed in the Second World War. But what I'm always saying, also maybe in the conference today, one idea, and this is enough to keep your competitors away. It must be the right idea. You have to meet the right persons. Therefore, this conference is a very good opportunity. And on the other hand, the time must be ready. The time for the technology and to position the technology is a key issue, especially. And this, I would say, is one of the keys, what also Steinbeis is offering, to build up this network of scouts and also to support with a clear market demand organizations to transfer the technology into different markets, not only India, Europe, but also worldwide, especially. So I would say this is only a small input, and I know you are also more experienced than me here. What I could say, where this is from the German perspective, where German companies are struggling with, is actually also to deal with these international demands, to position the products with the right design internationally, also with costs. Therefore, automatization is one key. And what we are supporting the companies always to link research to a real market entrance project. And this is what Steinbeis can do, to link up the different institutes, to link up people to have perspective on technology and market, and then to have a clear coaching approach to support technology transfer, not only in Europe, but also worldwide. So please, Binet, maybe you can add some points to the Steinbeis philosophy, but I would say this is the key: project-oriented, directly result-oriented, and bringing in the market perspective in every activity. You are unmuted, Binet.
Thank you, Bertram. So shall we have the floor open for question and answers for next 15 minutes?
Yes, of course. If you have
the next presentation from Mr. Steck.
Vineet, can I ask a small question?
Yeah, Mr. Gupta, please introduce yourself and then
yeah.
Please ask the question.
Just 1 minute. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Presently, I am a research scholar at the Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research at the Central Road Research Institute of CSIR. And before this, I was with the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. I retired from there. And what the question which I have in mind is that in the various CSI laboratories, they are trying to commercialize various technologies which they are producing. But what I feel is the commercialization of technologies on which they work, that depends on certain the focus areas of a certain institute or the domain areas of a certain institute. But besides the technologies which they are trying to commercialize, there's a lot of research which goes on in all the CSIR centers and other research institutes in the country, like the PhD scholars and the PhDs which they pursue. because I find that in each PhD there is at least some innovative element. So the institute, when they work on commercialization, they pick up only a few of the novel research ideas of those research projects. And many of the research ideas in those PhD theses, they get lost. They are not captured by the institutes for further commercialization. Or so what I mean to say is the pipeline of commercialization to keep it going. So what I want to ask is, in Germany, do you have certain mechanism, maybe some expert institute or some experts who look at the kind of the PhDs or the researches which goes on at various institutes and try to tell the heads of the institutes the areas which they should pursue in future to keep the line of innovation ongoing. So that is my question.
I would say there is no individual institute. What the approach of the German government was in the last 15 years to build up so-called innovation clusters. That means to bringing together industry, research centers, and also universities to organize events and share information to get a better understanding what is in the pipeline, as you mentioned, and what are the market possibilities, especially. And this is a very successful way. Especially Germany is decentralized. The point is education research is mainly independent. Companies can decide what they want. Therefore, the point is always network building and cluster building, where there are different activities. And this is what we, for example, also with these centers we are building up with Steinbeis and with VNet, to build up specific clusters, and also not only in a specific branch. I think the benefits are coming when there are different branches involved, and then you have the different perspectives.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe this is one strategy, yes.
We have a question from Professor Ajay Agarwal.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me introduce myself. I am Ajay Agarwal. I am from CSIR CIRI. So CIRI is for Electronics Engineering Research Institute. We are having existence of more than 70 years now. We are in the various aspects of electronics. We started with high power, high frequency vacuum tubes for different applications. Then other sector what we are in is sensors, semiconductor devices for various applications. So we design, we do some prototyping, and then we make systems around these sensors with readouts, AI, and communication aspect. So that is what we are doing. Since you know that semiconductor ecosystem is not very well developed in India at this moment, how do you see your partnership, or you can help institute like us to take our technologies or knowledge base, or we can collaborate with other institutions for the benefit of all?
One possibility is, especially for the German government, this is also a point how to commercialize innovations and technologies. They have a lot of funding projects, and what we also are doing. Maybe
can you speak a little loud?
Yes, okay.
Maybe the microphone.
Now you hear me, okay, better. Now the point is, there are also the possibility to get funding to support cooperations between India and Germany. And the key topic is B2B and also 2+2. That means there is always a company from Germany and a research institute, plus company in India and research institute from India. And this is one possibility to have this perspective included and to develop something furthermore. The other thing is what we're also saying, when there is a technology, and this is also what research institutes and also big companies in Germany are doing. They are using this project competence study model from Germany. That means, for example, Mercedes has something to develop and say, okay, it's not, we have to do it in line with support of Steinbeis. Then they are hiring a master student to say, okay, do the master thesis over the next 2 years. But the master thesis is linked to evaluate the market, how to bring a product service into the market. And then in line with this project, this transfer is then matched. That means within Steinbeis, always this technology transfer and practice is included. That means all students at Steinbeis are not, I know the study model in India very well. It's not theory, it's 100% project oriented. And therefore I'm always saying we don't have a campus. Our students working 80% in the company. We do over the weekend our seminars. And this is this real approach to support this transfer. At the end, you need some people who are coaching and also to bringing different perspectives together. This maybe are some possibilities I can suggest.
I would just like to add here, one of the very good approaches which Japanese people follow with Steinbeis is to make friendship with 2 or 3 Steinbeis centers and work together with them, and then take up their technologies and trying to access the German and the European market through these Steinbeis centers. Because most of the Steinbeis centers are very close to many industries in their own domain area. So Japanese invariably will have 2 or 3 delegations to Steinbeis centers in Germany every year. Even Chinese are doing that now. And they make good relations with Steinbeis centers, and then they do some amount of co-development if required, and then access the European market through Germany. That may be another approach to closely work with 1 or 2 Steinbeis centers in your own area.
Yeah. So Steinbeis centers are there in India also?
In India, we don't have many active centers here because, you know, Steinbeis is all about technology commercialization, working for the industry. And our institutions, particularly in the private sector, they are not very much tuned to work in the industrial area. So we don't have many success models. So, but we can help you in collaboration with the German centers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions? We have somebody in chat.
Yes, Mr. Breed, can I ask?
Yeah, Dr. Karade.
Yes, thank you. I am S.R. Karade from Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee, where I am heading a group on advanced structural composites and durability. I have 2 queries. First thing, is there any formal collaboration between CSIR and Steinbeis India? The other thing is how Steinbeis India can help us in marketing our already developed technologies, and whether you look for market in India only or international market also. If you can respond.
There is a formal agreement which was signed between Steinbeis India and CSIR in the month of July 2019. This agreement is valid for and the whole idea of this agreement is we have to support CSIR in commercialization of technologies in India and abroad also. And so we are already working with some of the labs to identify the technologies, and the way we work is we, like Mr. Loimuller told, we have our own consultants who will work closely with your scientists in identifying the best possible technologies and then trying to create techno-economic feasibility reports for the industry, and then we get into the market. So we have established a couple of models for that, and we are already working with a few institutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a question from Mr. Naresh Kumar, CSIR NISTADS.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Please ask your query. Basically, my name is Naresh Kumar, representing National Institute of Science, Technology and Development Studies. Basically, as the name indicates that we are a policy advocacy institute and we are working in the area of this STIP studies with respect to different aspects of S&T policy advocacy in the area of S&T management. Then this sustainable development, traditional knowledge, inclusive health, interfacing science and technology, socio-economic impact assessment and feasibility report. And we have just completed a project of CSIR technology assessment, TRL level assessment. So we are working in this area. So from this meeting, we expect the collaboration or opportunities to collaborate with the different agencies in the area of socio-economic impact assessment, benchmarking, TRL assessment, etc. So this is the brief about the institute, our institute. And if somebody has some query, so we will be glad to respond. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Naresh Kumar. So we will be more than happy to work with you in case there are any such requirements for technology assessment or social impact assessment and so on.
Yeah, please, can you repeat?
We'll be happy to work together with your institute in case there are any requirements of social impact assessment or technology assessment and so on. So we can make human models for that.
Yes.
Definitely we'll be happy to work with you.
We also conduct some studies with the IIP Dehradun, etc., collaborative project and BPCL also. And I think MP, we have done a work long back. Assessment type of technology for MP also. So we are working in this area and we will be very happy and to collaborate with you.
Thank you, Mr. Naresh.
Yeah.
Any other questions from anybody else?
Maybe one final sentence to summarize the approach of Steinbeis. And there are, I would say, two big institutes from Germany which are famous for technology transfer. It's Fraunhofer and it's Steinbeis. Steinbeis has much more practical approach, and the approach is really not to work as an external and say everything to know better. The point is how to develop the competences in your institutes and in the companies and support more in the way of coaching. That means at the end, we are saying with this education and also support, the company and also the institute must be able to run the activities by themselves. Of course, by using the network together. That means the Steinbeis network plus the network from your institutes. I think this is then the basis for success. Again, networking, scouting, find the right partners. There is what we can support and deal with.
Okay, Bertram, I have a question from you.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you showed a very nice piano of innovation.
Yes.
It is quite important that while people work on technology, they also should work on the manufacturing process and the business process and the marketing process.
Yeah.
In a typical R&D environment, let us say we talk about a Fraunhofer lab or a Max Planck Institute or anybody. How do you make it possible in an R&D lab to have this total piano operational? What is the mechanism in Germany?
Good mechanism in Germany is that is what I would say this is this interdisciplinarity, that you also looking in research institutes not only have the experts for the technology itself, but also to integrate experts from other perspectives. And if you're also dealing with, for example, Fraunhofer, they have a lot of different I would say, perspectives and also different institutes. As Steinbeis also, we have more than 1,000 institutes, 2 different areas, and then the advantage is you can link the different perspectives together, and then you can also share information, and then you can play the innovation piano. And
so you say that one research lab will link with other research lab.
Yes. The experts.
Another research lab who is specialist in manufacturing process.
Yes, maybe then they are working with a research lab in artificial intelligence. because this is also directly linked. That means IoT, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence is part of production nowadays. That means you need these different perspectives and to work together. That means technology is becoming more complex, and therefore these clusters are important to have different disciplines, to share information between different disciplines. That means the interdisciplinary approach, I would say this is the future all over the world, not only in Germany.
What about marketing? Do you have your own marketing people in a research lab? Or
yes, of course, they have their own marketing people. Of course, if you're looking at Steinbeis and also looking at Fraunhofer, they have their marketing guys included. That means research is not only on the technology side, always the market is in line. And for example, if the German Ministry of Research and Education is funding research projects, you always have to show what is the business plan. In many projects, research projects, you have to name a marketing expert. You have to plan a budget for this guy, because this commercialization is an important key. And it's the same for European funded projects. Always market perspective must be included.
Okay, great. Thank you. So do you have any other question?
Good. Then maybe we can switch to Mr. Steck, or?
Yeah.
No questions? Okay.
If you have no other questions, we can. One thing is, because the whole idea of this roundtable was not to have a monologue. And the idea was to discuss amongst each other and try to find out solutions to some of the problems which, as research transfer offices, we are having in most of the labs and universities.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather request everybody to, if they are hesitant to come out in this platform, they can even write an email to me or directly to Bertram Leumuller also. And we can come back to you with more details of what we suggest from our end. So we are okay with that, because the whole idea is to create more and more dialogue and try to find out solutions at our lower end. Because at the government and policy level, there are a lot of talks which happen. I'm in this field of technology transfer for the last 20 years, and I'm hearing the same output of the seminar, same talks in national level and state level seminars, which I was hearing 20 years back. Things do not change at the central level. Probably we will have to change at our level and try to do whatever best we can do. That's my own personal opinion, not to demean anybody or any other. Okay, Bertram, we can move to the next presentation. With the
yes, maybe we can go to Mr. Steck from
you can introduce Mr. Steck.
Yeah, maybe I can say myself. I only want to mention that we are working now for 1 or 1.5 years together. The point is how to position this technology in international markets. And then it's clear networking is the key. And also the point is to find the experts. And therefore we invited Mr. Steck to talk a little bit about this specific product. But I will hand it over to you, Mr. Steck. Maybe you can introduce yourself and start the presentation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Friedrich Steck. I am the technical director from the company German Green Tech Ecologic. Our company is located in Karlsruhe. It's in Baden-Württemberg also. And our factory is in Mannheim. I want to give you a short demonstration from our liquid, what we produce. We use it in the things of to build roads and all kinds of stabilizing grounds, and we call it underbolt. And for this I have made a small presentation. I give it to you now. I hope it's working. Do you see? Okay, let's start. Our company is German Green Tech Ecological, and we have a special liquid. We call it underbolt, and our technology is the underbolt system. This is for ground stabilization, a very intelligent way. Our material look like this, is a liquid, is a concentrate of waxes and oleins. It's purely biological, 100%. This is a concentrate. We use it together with water. One piece of concentrate and 50 pieces of water. And it's also possible you can drink it. It's no chemical. And it's 100% biological, eco-friendly, of course. And the main effects, if you treat the soil, it comes to hydrophobic. And they have a compressive strength is very, very, moment. So it's very high. And we use also cement, 3 to 5%. And this mixture resilience the treated soil against heavy aggressive influences. So this becomes water tightness and no damages. The damages will be reduced because we have no capillars in our treated soil, and you become no cracks. This is very important for the base for roads. And the lifespan or the lifetime is much more extended as the conventionally method. Cost saving is very important in the whole world. So we need no crushed stones to build a road, no gravel or bituminous materials. So this is very costing saving. And also we need no, because of this, that we don't need these materials, we need no logistics for these materials. And this reduces the time for the project very much. And also the surface is much stronger than the conventionally road. And with these all components together, we can reduce the costs by 30% of the to the conventional method. These are now the steps how we used our material. First, we have, sorry, first we have to prepare the surface with a grader. And these are all the machines what we need by the side. We have rollers, 2 rollers, water tanker, recycler, milling recycler, and a cement spreader. This and the grader. And these are all the machines what we need by the side. The first step is, here is now our liquid inside. This is water with underbolt in this tank. And through the pipe goes in the machine and milling to the existing ground. Here comes our material in the machine and mix it together with the ground. This is you see, here is the liquid in the tank, goes to this pipe in the machine inside, and inside machine, we mix it together with the soil and cover it together with the soil and with the earth grains. And we go on a depth of 40 centimeters in the most time. And this is enough for trucks with load for 60 tons, 40 tons, 50 tons, 50, sorry, and for heavy load trucks. And you see here the grain which is covered with our liquid in the soil. And this is the machine, how it looks. Maybe by Wirtgen or other factories you have always the same, but this is the big one, Wirtgen, and this is inside to recycle the soil. It's looked inside. After this recycling, the second step is we spread the cement on top. Here is our treated soil, water and underbolt. And here is the dry cement. And we mix it now together with the milling machine and very fast. Moment. So, and the next step, we have to compress the soil, and we use heavy rollers between more than 15 tons and pressure now the soil, and it begins to hydrophobic. The water come out and dry very fast, much faster than if you use only pure cement. It's a very quick system. After 2 days, you can bring asphalt on the top, on the base. And this is an example in Stuttgart by Mercedes-Benz. This was the green, and then the grader make it glatt, and then this look after treated our soil and after asphalting. If you have bad roads, poor roads with broken asphalts, we can use our system also. This is the existing asphalt, and we mill through the asphalt together with our material underbolt. And it's very fast system. This is 12 hours later. You see, only underbolt and cement without anything look like this. And you can use also on clay. It's work with all cases of soil on the whole world, and it becomes waterproof. You see it on these pictures. It's raining. This is our base without asphalt. One day before we finished our base, and over the night the rain comes, and you see the water go not in the base. It's like we asphalt. Also very special, we can stabilize desert sand. Desert sand is very, very heavy to stabilize, and we make a project in Oman, and this worked perfect. We have measuring the pressure after 3 days. We have more than 220 megapascal. Also, we have made some roads over the world, in Brazil, Russia, in all kinds, in all countries. So underbolt works plus 15 degrees and minus 50 degrees between in all kinds of weather we can use. And this is now different. In the conventional way, you have made some layers with special granulate, gravel, and all these on bituminous base course. We don't need this. We need only the soil. We mix the soil with underbolt together with cement, 3 to 5%, and then we bring the primer and split to bind it on the asphalt to the base. This is, our system is very quick, and you can load here trucks. You can have trucks on this road with 50 tons and more. Time saving is, in a normal way, you make 1 kilometer road, you need again to 10 days, and we can finish this in 2 days. So it's 4 to 5 times faster than the conventional way. Also, by the conventional road construction, you need a lot of logistic, a lot of transports, a lot of materials, and a lot of manpower. And you have to do a big layers you have to change. And we use the existing ground, and we need only small equipment, and we need small manpower, and we are much, much faster and cheaper. And we have a lot of testing results and expertises around the world from TÜV we have some expertises. TÜV is also in on the whole world, and we have a very, very good results on all the tests. We make hundreds of tests around the world. Okay, this should be for the first. I hope you have impression how it works, our system. Thank you.
Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you very much for this.
Mr. Steck, the purpose of this presentation was actually, so Steinbeis would be bringing industry partners for this project in India. And we are looking for any of the labs who would be interested to partner for a pilot demonstration project. So after that, the industry could absorb this technology. If any of the labs, they have any questions or they have any suggestions, we'll be happy to discuss.
Binayji, I have a question, if I am permitted to.
Yeah, Dr. Hota.
Yeah. This is Dr. Manoranjan Hota. I used to work in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and handling the waste management and the chemicals waste management. I have a small question to the presenter. Now that he has mentioned that the industrial waste can be used for road construction, is this industry or the consulting firm also engaged in utilizing the waste, particularly the municipal waste or the plastic waste in road construction in such a manner so that we can always have an exchange of technical exchange and implementation those in our country?
Mölle, können Sie mir mal kurz das übersetzen? Ich habe das nicht ganz verstanden. Ihr Mikro ist aus.
Okay, just switching to German, sorry. Hier ist einmal das Thema Municipal Waste. Kann das Beispiel mit Waste auch gemacht werden? Im Endeffekt ist es auch der Untergrund und hat mit Waste nichts zu tun. Und der Boden genannt. Genau, das war.
Wir können Recyclingmaterial mitverwenden, ja, das geht, aber Waste in dem Fall nicht.
Okay, the point was it's not for waste. That means what can be used is recycling material. Concrete, maybe recycled concrete, maybe other recycled materials, but not for municipal waste. That means what is clear, you can use the existing ground, maybe with some recycled construction materials, but not more. This is what I have understood and what the product is doing. Yeah.
If I may have a subsequent question, is there anything, where we can get through the Steinbeis India such technology from other German experts or German companies?
Yes, we would have to look if any other Steinbeis centers or any research labs are working on waste material for road construction like plastic waste and other waste.
Yeah. Maybe this is one possibility to expand it to other materials. This could be tested. Maybe this is an idea. Maybe it could be used. On the terms of environmental technologies, there I want to recommend also to VNet. Actually, we are establishing and has established a Center of Green Technologies in Hyderabad, and there the topics is how to deal with plastics recycling, how to deal with bio waste, waste to energy, and also therefore this green technology Underbolt, I would say it's also green technology, is also one part into these areas. And what I want to mention, therefore I like it also, the presentation. The point is when you are doing technology transfer, the point is you have to visualize it in a good way. Therefore, it's a good example how the product is visualized, how the process steps are visualized. And this is what we have experienced with a lot of international companies. Here in Tubingen, we host normally, when there is no pandemic, more than 200 managers support them international business. And one key is always how to show the technology and how to make it and visualize it. this is also a key you have to do, and there you have to work on. And sometimes it seems very easy. I would say if you see the film and the presentation, you say, no problem, we can do it. But the point is, if you deal with your own technology, then I would say, then you will see where are the difficulties for visualization. Yeah. Of course, we can link environmental institutes also to the Indian market, of course, maybe to the question.
Dr. Hota, I would request if you could send me an email so we can look at what are the German institutes, including Steinbeis centers who are working in relevant technologies, and then we can try to create a link with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinit, this is Shantanu.
Yeah, Dr. Shantanu, tell me.
Yes, I just need to add few more points to Dr.
Yeah, please introduce
Hota's
yourself for the benefit of everybody else.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Shantanu Talukdar. I am an innovation consultant working in the technology transfers. Primarily, my focus of work is in biotechnologies, where I'm working on the circular economy on two aspects with German technologies based in Germany. We are scaling up technology at TRO 6 and above from two research institutes. One objective is to eliminate ethylene cracker. So we are developing biomonomers from fungi. And biomonomer is the precursor for polymers. So we are tackling plastics from two ends. One is developing plastics through biomonomers and biopolymers. And the other aspect is specific to Dr. Hota's question, whether there are technologies to tackle plastic waste. The answer is yes.
Yes.
There are specific enzymes which has already been developed at EU levels. And these actually depolymerize these plastics to give it back to their virgin state. So that means if you have polymers and plastics don't decompose, you can extract valuable polymers out of these plastics. They don't remain plastics anymore. So either you can get valuable polymers extracted out of those plastics, or there are specific enzymes which can be tailor-made to decompose these plastics 100%. So both of these technologies are available at commercial scales in German tech, with German technologies. This I can add.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Yes, I know one of these institutes, and we speak about also together with Steinbeis India, we have developed a new term in this issue. We're speaking about integrated waste management. That means looking for all ways how to process, how to deal, and how to make further components for reuse, recycling, upcycling. All these things are hard, and Welga, maybe we can think about how to link these activities together with our activities with Steinbeis India especially.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Hota, I would be very happy to connect you with Mr. Talukdar. So once you give the requirement, maybe both of you could, we can support you in this. We can see what is the best model for meeting your requirements. So we also had somebody from Sierra.
Yeah.
Miss Ambika Behel. She's still there?
Yeah, no, she is not there. I am Satish Pandey, Principal Scientist, Central Road Research Institute. I have a few questions from Mr. Frederick and Mr. Vineet. We are working extensively on different pavement stabilization technology and successfully
So I
carried
would like to hear your opinion about this technology, which has been presented by Frederick Steck.
Yeah, it's an interesting technology, and I would like to congratulate Mr. Frederick to come forward with this innovative technology. But as far as the technical content is concerned, we require certain clarification, like is he has carried out any sort of durability test on the stabilized soil mass, since that types of results is not visible in his presentation. There is one Indian Road Congress specification through which we determine the efficacy of any stabilizer for Indian payment system. So the product is required to be re-evaluated or retested in order to ensure its compliance according to the given guidelines, and subsequently the field trial can be carried out. The second important aspect is that, like in his slide here, shows that like this material can be utilized for the stabilization of reclaimed asphalt pavement material. So in case like if the material is coming from bituminous layer, then it will be remain coated partially with bitumen or asphaltic binder. Then in such circumstances, how this particular system react with the aggregate mass and can bind it.
Okay,
Ja, und ich ganz
these are very specific questions.
That's nice.
The point is, from my perspective, I don't know if maybe Mr. Steck can also then answer it. Of course, if you bring then this product to the Indian market, maybe some tests are necessary. Maybe then there is also maybe the certificates are necessary. What I know it's no problem that there is with asphalt and other bitumen, it's compatible. This is not the problem. But the point is, your questions going then more on a deeper evaluation. What are I would say, where it can use, under what conditions it could be used. Maybe this can be then arranged individually then later between Mr. Steck and maybe also Mr. Hofmeister, who is also from the same company. Maybe Mr. Steck, you have one comment.
Yeah, my idea is if they have special questions for our technology, they should send an email by you, and we explain in the answer back what we can our answers back. This is the best way.
Mr. Pandey, I would request you to send a mail to me so that I can. So, but my question again to you would be: would you be interested to have a partnership with them, provided we bring an industry to have a pilot project? Of course, provided that they satisfy all your queries. So
Definitely.
Interested for this kind of a partnership for a technology transfer to Indian companies.
Yes, it's a very good technology from Indian road points of view, but it requires, like, since the Indian topographical condition is quite different from the condition where it has been tested, particularly in Europe and Russia. The quantum of traffic on those roads is not significant as we witness in Indian scenario. Here the design traffic goes up to 100 to 150 MSA, million standard axle repetition. Besides that, the axle loading condition is very different from European and Russian countries. So once if it is proven, then it is a very promising technology for the Indian roads too, and very good market they can find in Indian road system.
I would also like to add, Mr. Pandey, one more very critical thing about Indian roads is the road cutting. So suddenly overnight you will find the road cut by somebody without informing the authorities.
Yes.
How does this kind of a material behave? Or how can you actually repair it? That is a very critical question for Indian environment.
Okay.
Can I tell something?
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Prasad,
Yeah, I'm Dr. Prasad from CRRI. I'm working in Geotechnical Engineering Division. We have worked with a similar product like Stable Road from Germany. It is a stabilizer. The principle, everything is same. But if they want to use the same product in India, we have to do initial laboratory evaluation as per Indian requirements.
Yeah.
And it should be approved from the Indian Road Congress. Okay, for that actually, whatever the material from there, they have to test it in India, in any approved laboratory or any approved institution. We have done similar product like Stable Road from Germany only. They have also mixed the same with the cement. So if they want to use the product in India, they have to tie up with some institution or CRRI, and they have to do the basic laboratory evaluation, and then we will see whether it satisfies as per Indian requirements. Then only they can go to the field. That is what I want to say.
Yes, sir. I think, Mr. Frederick, you need to note these points once we are planning to come to India directly or indirectly. We have another question from Dr. Meenakshi Singh.
No further questions. Yeah.
Dr. Meenakshi.
So no further questions or?
Okay, Dr. Meenakshi has a question.
Meenakshi, oh, sorry.
She is the head of the business development in the CSIR headquarters.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah.
So she with her only we have signed the agreement with CSI. You met her in Delhi.
Oh, okay, good. When I see the picture, then I maybe remember.
Yeah.
Very good evening. I think
Your voice is very low, ma'am.
yeah, I think there's some issues are there in this computer. And
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Again.
Actually, I just want to know, it's a very good, I think, discussion meeting happened today. But I just want to know from German side, what kind of arrangement, we are looking with the Indian laboratories. That is my, just I need some kind of clarification on these points.
Okay, that means the point is how to, what I've understood, to connect the Indian institutions with the German institutions. And also, I would say, this is also the platform to bring the people together. And also what we can really arrange is in the next roundtables, maybe to invite other institutes. I think this is one possibility. Another possibility is if we have really the requests, what are the research areas, what you are interested in, with our Steinbeis network and also with Wiener together, maybe we can contact also some, it could be private institutes, could be also other research institutes from Steinbeis. As mentioned, Steinbeis is now a big family with more than 1,300 institutes to different areas. Therefore, it's always a pleasure to connect Indian institutes with German institutes. This is what we can already get support.
Thank you. Because actually we want to take, this kind of partnership further. So like in our agreement, when we signed with Steinbeis, we have mentioned that it is a general kind of arrangements. We have made it there. But of course, when we are going for some specific kind of, projects here, like maybe in road transportation or maybe some very specific. So in that only few labs are working of CSIR. So how like maybe CSIR lab can be there, like from India side, Steinbeis Centre can be there, or maybe some industry also can be part of this, or from German government also similarly like this maybe. So this should become like, something networking kind of thing, so that many partners are there and they will be able to provide, play their role in achieving our objectives of this agreement, whatever we have done in past.
Yeah, I agree. That means this is, as you mentioned, some activities are necessary. The German government is funding several activities. What is always the challenge in our activities? It's always a pleasure to arrange such roundtables and also to organize such conferences. But one success of Steinbeis is always there must be a clear business case behind. That means we always have to think about, and maybe in the future, maybe there is some public funding. At the end, we have to think about how to finance them, these activities. The point is always, if there is then a project connected and it's running, this is, I would say, a really good point. And then the success story is coming automatically. I will discuss it also with Wienet. Maybe this is the first starting point. And I like really this idea of the round table because it's focused, and in the future, as you mentioned, maybe we can invite more companies to join in these roundtables. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
One more thing is, I see a very big potential even for our technologies, because for last almost 5 years, I'm hearing Steinbeis experts telling me that the German technologies are very, very complex. They are over-engineered technologies. And in most countries, like in Latin America or South America or Africa, they need bare basic technologies which are low cost but which give the same results. So
yes.
a very, very good area of collaboration. And for us, probably a platform like Steinbeis could be quite useful because German engineering is more respected globally, and people just close their and they will take a German technology or German engineering product or service. So definitely we can look at utilizing the Steinbeis platform by creating more and more partnerships with Steinbeis centers, even for promoting or even fine-tuning our technologies and be able to access European and other markets as well. That's my personal opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very good comment. If you're looking on the slide back, the piano of innovation, there is also this topic, frugal innovation. That means, yes, really adaptation of ideas, technologies to the local needs, and especially Africa, for example, there must be easy handling, and also the costs must be reduced. Yeah. Good.
Okay, great. Are there any other questions?
Thank you. I think it is very good discussion.
Yeah, I think this is a quite good discussion, and we would like to continue further with this kind of roundtables. Maybe we can have more focused roundtables next time with clear focus on which domain we are connecting, and we could have very specific labs and industries connecting from both the sides in these roundtables. So one of the key outcomes of today's meeting, apart from whatever information and knowledge Professor Loymuller has given, is that we will be looking forward to working with CRRI on this particular technology from Underbolt from Germany. And apart from this, we could also look at establishing more partnership or twinning relations between CSIR labs and Steinbeis innovations in Germany. I think if there are any other suggestions, it will be welcome, or we then close the session.
No, I think thank you very much also to you, Vinet, for organizing this round table. I found it really an excellent idea. By the way, I've also invited an international group. We are running an international project, actually together with Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Belarus, Kazakhstan. Some of the participants of this training have also participated today. Therefore, it was, I would say, also an international roundtable, not only
nice.
in India.
I was actually surprised to see some of the people from East Europe.
And I would say it also thanks to Mr. Hofmeister and Mr. Steck for the presentation. It's always, you need time, you need to prepare. International conferences always are challenging. And again, also thank you very much from my side. And I'm really looking forward after the pandemic to visit India the next time. Let's see.
Bertram, and from Steinbeis family, I especially thank Dr. Meenakshi for supporting us to invite all the labs at such a short notice. And thanks to all of the scientists from all the CSIR labs and other guests and the Steinbeis consultants also, who have given their time to attend this and provide their valuable feedback. I would request all of you to kindly give your inputs and suggestions over email to me, so that we could again organize such roundtables which are much more focused, and we could actually target some deliverables out of it.
Okay.
Thank you
maybe,
all.
Maybe everybody can switch on the screen, then we can make a screenshot at the end.
Oh, nice. Good idea. Request everybody to please put on your camera so that we can have screenshots.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. So, and then to the next slide. Yes, I have first to put it on in a. Just a moment. I put it in there. Okay. And now I'm making the other because it's differentiated into two screens. Yes. Okay. Good. And then
we're going to 3 screens.
Yes. Sub screens. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Maybe my colleague Anna has also made a screenshot. Yeah. Okay. Then thank you very much. Yes, and also again for organizing and also.
I think some labs have not introduced. I think some scientists they didn't get chance to speak. Tell even their names.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Actually, we started at 350, but 442 almost we were going with the introduction, so we had to stop it there.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Again, thank you very much. Greetings to India. Enjoy the evening. Yeah.
Take care of you. Have a nice
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
I really thank CSIR scientists. In a short time, you were able to participate.
Yeah, Dr. Meenakshi, thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to hear this lesson.
Short time you were able to participate. I really thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I didn't expect that this much number of scientists will participate here.
Thank you, ma'am.
I really thank you, and I think we look forward for some outcome from this Steinbeis collaboration. That is very important.
Yeah, it is required. Yes.
I think we should identify some labs and some technologies in a very focused way, where we can have relations with Steinbeis labs and we can look at global marketing.
And we can actually do theme wise. We are operating in CSIR theme wise.
We can operate theme wise.
So
you can let us know the themes, madam. We can organize. You can let us know the themes, and we can look at organizing this next webinars on theme based.
Right.
Yes, we also teams. No problem. Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Vinit, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Please.
Thank you so much. Nice conversation, nice presentation by the Honorable Ms. Bertem from your this organization, and nice technology also demonstrated. We would like to participate in this. Actually, we have, as I told you, that we are working on bulk utilization of fly ash for making geopolymeric concrete for road applications.
Yeah.
So we have recently developed upscale technology, and this our Center for Advanced Radiation Shielding and Geopolymeric Materials has been inaugurated by Honorable Vice President of CSIR, Dr. Harshvardhan sir, on 13th of this March. And we are working on bulk utilization of red mud and fly ash. So we would like to participate in this, and looking forward to hear from you. We will write you mail, and you are most welcome to this center. I am heading this center now. Most welcome to this center. Thank you so much.
Dr. Mudgal, actually, I had visited AMPRI 2 years back, and I had an opportunity. I think you were not there on that day.
Maybe.
Opportunity to meet all the scientists and also visit labs. And really impressive to see the kind of work we have done utilizing fly ash and red mud.
Yeah.
And I was really interested to see how we can take your technologies further to commercialization level.
Please,
So
because
definitely interact on one-to-one level, and
this all work has been done in the mentorship of our director, sir, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava.
I know he has been very active.
Yeah.
Very dynamic person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dr. Vinit, can I have 1 or 2 minutes?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Some observation. Yeah, this is Sitendra Mandal, Chief Scientist. I am heading the Specialty Class Division and Project Planning and Business Development Division, CGCRI. As you know, the CGCRI has a couple of world-class technologies. Some of the technologies are in areas of societal mission, water technology, healthcare, some energy materials theme-wise, and also the specialty classes. The specialty classes are being developed as a really under technology denial item, and meeting the requirement of atomic energy, space research, and other things are there. All these technologies are really capable of export potential. If any policy is implemented to export some of the technologies from CSIR, CGCRI to abroad, you can look for that, or otherwise some technology under societal mission, under water technology or healthcare, So some of the technology also is a good opportunity for encasing the business opportunity in terms of the science and technology globally. So you can look for and you can directly contact with Dr. Meenakshi. Dr. Meenakshi is very aware of CGCRI technology. So we are ready to encase some of the technologies for business potentials, for business opportunities globally. You can have a look to this direction. This is my request.
To send us the details of some of the most promising technologies. It is better if we can communicate one-to-one with a copy to Dr. Meenakshi.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, Bertrand, I think with all these inputs, you will have to establish a new Steinbeis Centre for internationalization of technologies from India.
Yeah. It's a nice challenge. Yes. Let's work together on it.
You would have to discuss with
yes,
you would have to discuss with the Steinbeis managing director whether we can establish the Center for Globalization of Technologies, low-cost technologies from India.
Yeah. Great. Good. Okay, again, thank you very much.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. It was
Yes,
really
ma'am.
nice to see you. Thank you.